All right, shifting focus to US then. It's appeals court in the country that has temporarily lifted a lower court order that had restrained ICE agents from pepper spraying and even arresting peaceful protests in Minneapolis. The order by the court came days after President Donald Trump had threatened to invoke the Insurrection Act, which would allow the military to be deployed to control protests in the area. In the 83-page order, U.S. District Judge Catherine Menendez wrote that the Department of Homeland Security's current operation has 72 hours to comply with the order. In fact, the court granted the Justice Department's request for a stay of a preliminary injunction that was issued by a lower court last Friday. The ruling follows recent incidents in which ICE agents shot and killed one woman and wounded another during operations. It was on Wednesday that demonstrators even confronted U.S. Border Patrol and Immigration and Customs Enforcement agents in Minneapolis, which came as protesters continue to confront ICE and Border Patrol agents amid an unprecedented surge of federal agents in the area that was ordered by President Donald Trump. Speaking with reporters, Border Patrol Commander Greg Bovino repeatedly said that the agents were carrying out what he called Title VIII immigration enforcement, and this while demonstrators raised anti-ICE slogans and even accused them of criminal behavior.
Greg, are you getting some thumbs ups, or is it all just people kind of angry and frustrated? What
Absolutely, quite a bit of thumbs up. We always do. So definitely more paparazzi here.
Does this affect you, hearing people blowing the whistles and saying get out?
No, it actually helps our patrol efforts quite often. We incorporate that into what we're doing, and it actually sometimes helps.
On Tuesday, ICE agents detained a 5-year-old Minnesota boy as he returned home from school and then transported him, along with his father, to a Texas detention center. In fact, according to school officials, Liam Ramos, the 5-year-old boy that is, and his father were taken into custody while in their driveway and sent to Texas detention center, as I mentioned. In fact, also according to reports, 3 other students, all under the age of 18, have been detained by federal agents in recent weeks. In another related development, an Immigration and Customs Enforcement memo that was obtained by the Associated Press reveals that the agency allows immigration officers to forcibly enter houses to make arrests without a judicial warrant. This change in the memo reverses previous guidance and also raises concerns about constitutional protections against illegal searches.
And this DHS memo is a complete shift from Supreme Court precedent. Historically, ICE or any federal agent, they can't enter one's home without a judicial warrant signed by a neutral and detached magistrate. That's what's required under the Fourth Amendment. So this would be a complete change in how these cases have been handled for decades, if not longer, in the United States.
Preliminary injunction by the district court would have barred federal immigration agents from using pepper spray, tear gas, and detentions of peaceful demonstrators in Minneapolis and St. Paul. However, U.S. Department of Homeland Security had appealed the district court's ruling, following which the U.S. Appeals Court temporarily blocked the injunction while the case continues.